Hi everyone, welcome back to the CAD/CAM course YouTube channel. In this FreeCAD beginner tutorial series, we model standard academic drawings. These are designed to help you understand how to simplify complex objects, deduce hidden dimensions, and technical drawings. Once you finish this series, you'll be able to break down complex objects, model them easily, and troubleshoot typical FreeCAD issues. In today's FreeCAD beginner video, we'll model this part called the locating finger using the part Design Workbench. This is one of the most important parts in academic CAD training. It helps you learn the basics of 3D modeling and, more importantly, how to deduce hidden dimensions from an isometric drawing. I'll be using this reference drawing to grab all the dimensions for this object. If you have followed my previous videos, you will know that first we will break down the complex solid into simple and easy steps. In this video, I've broken this process into 5 easy steps, and I'll also include a follow-along PDF in the description if you'd like to download it. Now pause for a moment and look at the isometric drawing. You'll notice it looks like 2 independent blocks joined together. Let's split them visually. We'll use reverse engineering methodology here. Remove the features layer by layer till you approach the core geometry. Start by removing the final features like chamfers and fillets, and remove secondary features like the holes in the bottom block and the slot on the top block. Now we are left with the plain large blocks. We can notice that these are made by extruding the side profiles along the length. And finally, remove the main additive features like extrusion or revolve. Now we're left with 2 base profiles. These are just simple sketches you can draw with basic sketching knowledge. Now let's visualize these steps as a 3D model. Now, before we move ahead, I encourage you to pause the video right here and try modeling this part on your own using the basics you've learned from the previous tutorials. Plus the breakdown and reverse engineering steps I've shown in this video so far. It's totally okay if you get stuck. You can always come back and follow along with me step by step. All right, pause the video now and give it a try. All right, let's begin with step 1, creating the base plate. According to our drawing, it's a rectangle of 106 by 52 millimeters. FreeCAD, switch to the Part Design Workbench and click on Create New Sketch. FreeCAD will now ask you to choose a sketch plane. Go ahead and select the top plane, also called the XY plane. Next, click the small arrow next to the rectangle tool and choose Corner Rectangle. This version of the rectangle tool helps us draw the shape symmetrically around the center point. Now click on the origin point and drag outwards to draw a rough rectangle. Once you're done, right-click anywhere on the canvas to cancel the tool. Now let's add dimensions and constraints to this rectangle. Click the Dimension tool, then click on the horizontal line and set its length to 106 millimeters based on our drawing. Press Enter to confirm. If your sketch isn't fully visible, you can zoom out by scrolling down, or hit the Fit All button, or use the shortcut keys VF. Now with the Dimension tool still active, click on the vertical line and enter 52 millimeters for the height. Press Enter. Again, use VF to fit the sketch into view if needed. Once the rectangle turns green, it means it's fully constrained, which is perfect. Go ahead and close the sketch. Now with the sketch still selected, click on the Pad tool. This will extrude the base plate. Set the extrusion length to 14 millimeters as per the drawing. If the extrusion direction looks correct, just click OK to confirm the operation. And that's it. Step 1 is complete. Now let's move on to step 2, adding that curved block on top of the base plate. Looking at the drawing, we can see that the block is symmetrical around the midplane. You can confirm this from the dimensions. The total width is 106 millimeters, and the block sits centered at 53 millimeters on either side. So here's the plan. We'll sketch the curved profile on the midplane and then extrude it symmetrically. In FreeCAD, click on Create New Sketch, and from the three planes, select the YZ plane, thus the midplane. Now let's draw the profile. But first, we need to reference the top edge of the base plate. To do that, select the external geometry tool and click on the top edge of the base plate. You'll see it appear as a purple line in the sketch. This gives us an anchor. Once that's done, right-click to cancel the external geometry tool and then grab the polyline tool. Start from the top left corner of the purple line and draw a horizontal line, but stop before reaching the other side. Now draw a vertical line and then another horizontal line going inward. Make sure your lines are properly horizontal and vertical. Look for those little symbols next to the cursor. Now to draw the curve, press the M key once or twice or thrice until the tool switches to arc mode. You want a perpendicular arc that connects smoothly to the previous line. Close the shape by clicking back on the starting point. Now you've got a rough, closed profile. Time to add dimensions. To get a better view of the sketch, click on the View section tool. This will temporarily cut the front portion of the model so we can see clearly. Next, click on the Dimension tool to constrain the profile. Let's start with horizontal dimensions. Click on the bottom right corner point of the profile, then on the right edge, and set the distance to 5 millimeters. Now click on the same corner point in the bottom edge and enter 11 millimeters. Add the remaining vertical and arc dimensions according to the drawing. Once the sketch turns green, it means it's fully constrained. Great. Go ahead and close the sketch. Now we need to extrude this curved profile. From the drawing, the thickness of this block is 54 millimeters in total. Click on the Pad tool, and in the Pad Parameters window, make sure to check Symmetric to Plane. Set the length to 54 millimeters and click OK. And there you go. Step 2 is complete. All right, now that all the additive features are done, let's move on to the subtractive features, where we cut shapes out of the model. In step 3, we'll be creating the slot on the top curved portion. This is probably the most important step of the model, because it involves deducing the dimensions of the slot from the given technical drawing. So before we jump in, I encourage you to pause the video for a moment and try to figure out the dimensions of this slot using the drawing. If you take a look at the isometric drawing, you'll notice that the slot on the curved block is trapezoidal in shape. So we'll sketch this slot on the back face of the curved block. So first, rotate the model to the back side, click on the back face, and then hit the Create New Sketch button. Now from the drawing, we can see that this slot is defined by a circle and an angle. Let's use those clues to recreate the shape. First, grab the Circle tool and draw a rough circle with its center point placed on the vertical axis plus the midline. Now we need to constrain the circle properly. From the drawing, the center of the circle is 21 millimeters above the top surface of the base plate. And to reference that top line, grab the external geometry tool and click on the top edge of the base plate. It'll turn purple. Now grab the Dimension tool, click on the center of the circle and the purple line, and enter 21 millimeters. Next, set the diameter of the circle to 32 millimeters. At this point, the circle is fully constrained, but this circle is just for reference. So right-click on the circle's edge and choose Toggle Construction Geometry. This turns it into a dashed construction line. Next, let's draw the trapezoid. Grab the polyline tool and draw a rough trapezium, something like this. Now let's apply constraints. If you look at the drawing, the bottom line and two inclined sides are tangent to the circle. So hold Control, select the bottom line and the circle, then click on the Tangent Constraint tool. Do the same for each of the inclined lines, select one side and the circle and apply Tangent Constraint. Now, the sketch still isn't fully constrained. Let's fix that. The drawing tells us that the sides of the trapezium are inclined at 30 degrees to the vertical axis. So grab the dimension tool, click on one of the inclined lines and the vertical axis, and set the angle to 30 degrees. This trapezium is also symmetrical around the vertical axis, so we can simply apply the same 30-degree angle on the other side by again selecting the second inclined line. Lastly, select the top line of the trapezium and make sure it's horizontal. Then hold Control, select the top line and the center of the circle, and click on the Coincident Constraint tool. The sketch just turned green, which means it's fully constrained. Now close the sketch. With the sketch selected, click on the Pocket tool to cut out the slot. Since this slot goes all the way through the part, in the pocket parameters, set the type to Through All, and click OK. And just like that, step 3 is now complete. All right, moving on to step 4, let's create these 4 holes on the top face of the base plate. First, go back to FreeCAD, select the top plane, and click on the Create New Sketch tool. We'll begin by drawing 2 rough circles on one side of the rectangle. Don't worry about the exact size or position for now, just place them roughly, then right-click anywhere on the canvas to cancel the circle tool. Now let's start constraining the sketch. From the isometric drawing, we can see that these 2 circles lie on a vertical line. So hold down Control, click on the centers of both circles, and apply the vertical constraint. Now grab the Dimension tool, select both circles, and set the distance between them as 19 millimeters. Next, grab the External Geometry tool and select this horizontal edge of the base plate to use it as a reference. Now, again using the Dimension tool, and set the distance as 13 millimeters. Great, now let's define the diameters of these circles. From the drawing, we know one is 8 millimeters in diameter and the other is 9 millimeters. So click on the lower circle and set the diameter as 9m. Then select the upper circle and set its diameter as 8m. Perfect so far? Now here's the trick. The other 2 holes on the opposite side are symmetrically placed, so let's mirror these 2 circles across the y-axis. Hold Control, select both circles, and then click on the Symmetry or Mirror tool. Now select the y-axis as the axis of symmetry, and just like that, the other 2 circles appear on the opposite side. The sketch turns green, which means it's fully constrained. Now close the sketch. With the sketch selected, click on the Pocket tool to cut out the holes. In the pocket parameters, set the type to Through All and click OK. Done. Step 4 is now complete. Now for step 5, we'll add chamfers to these 2 outer corners. In the drawing, the chamfer is defined using 2 parameters, a distance of 13 millimeters and an angle of 45 degrees. Let's do that now. Back in FreeCAD, click on the chamfer tool. In the chamfer parameters window, change the type to distance and angle. Set the distance to 13 mm and the angle to 45 degrees. Then click the Select button and pick the 2 outer corner edges of the base plate. Once both edges are selected, click OK. Step 5 is done, and with that, the entire model is now complete. Awesome job. And that's it. We've successfully modeled the locating fingers step by step using FreeCAD's part Design Workbench. If you followed along till the end, amazing work. If you found this video helpful, do like, share, and subscribe for more beginner-friendly FreeCAD tutorials.